Good morning. So this morning, real quick before I leave, I want to slice up this cedar log here. There's actually 3 sections to it. There's another one in the center under the bottom. It actually looks like it used to be a tree that split in half and then continued to grow. There is some big hollow cavities in it. I don't have a metal detector, so we're going to see how this goes, because I am worried about nails, because these did come off of a fence row. But if all goes well, I think we're going to get a couple really neat looking planks out of this. Cutting it on the MechMaxx 32. The first cut, I'm going to take the very top off of it so that it doesn't get hit by the sawmill head, because it does stick out quite a bit more than all the rest of it. But let's fire this thing up and see how it goes. So one nice thing about the MechMaxx is the electric start. So we'll let this run here for just a second to let the oil warm up just a hair. Not going to spend a whole lot of time doing that today, because I got a lot to get done. But I do want to slice this log up and see what it looks like on the inside. I may have to move some of these cedar logs over here, because I'm worried this shield here may hit this one log. But I brought all these logs over. I've got some more cedar I've got to go pick up that was given to me. And also some jack pine logs. I'm going to slice those. It'll be the first ones I actually cut into dimensional lumber, so we could build a lean-to off the back of the shed. And I also want to build a large solar kiln, so I'm going to try to slice the wood for that. Let's see how this goes. Here at the beginning, I'm going to drop this down about 1 inch, maybe 1.25 inch increments, until we can get some good big slabs out of this. Okay, so if you can hear this, we're about to get our first really cool slab out of this. The one I just took off looks pretty neat. It would be great for somebody making a resin table or something. But I think this next one is going to be really cool. Gonna have to adjust the slide a little bit. Got into it a little further than I thought I would. Man, these are looking really nice. I think I can get one more good one off of here. So I got a huge carpenter ant problem that just started pouring out by the thousands out of this log. So I had to take a minute to stop and put some spray down. Okay, so I'm going to shut this down for just a second. I'm going to show you guys what we're dealing with here. I hit a cavity in this log down here, and the carpenter ants are literally coming out of it by the thousands. So I had to stop and throw some spray just to slow this mess down. But you can see the ants. It's just insane. So the spray I'm using is supposed to take care of these, but the fact that they're still running around all over the place, I don't know how much faith I have in these. The queen did come out a second ago and I killed her. But it is kind of concerning that this is supposed to be ant and termite killer, and it does not seem to affect these guys at all. But I will show you, I have a pile of slabs over here so far off of this. And yeah, this is a hell of an infestation they got going on here. I don't know if you guys could see that, but there was a cavity right here. And they're just pouring out of there. But out of everything that's been sprayed down here, I mean, there's very few that look like they're affected at all by this supposed termite stuff from Ortho. So I'm not sure how much faith I have in this now. But I'm going to go ahead and bring this back here and get one more cut off of this. I've already woke up the nest, so I have to deal with it as they continue to come out. But we are going to go ahead and drop down a good inch, I would say. There's some rooting on the right side of this log, and I'm hoping this gets this in this cut. Now this is one thing that gets me, is everybody always says that cedar is so resilient to insects. Apparently carpenter ants don't know that. But I'm going to go ahead and pop this off of here. This is probably going to turn a mess loose. Oh, that one split. That's okay. So I think maybe we might be able to get one more off of there. Let's try for one more really quick here. I may have to speed this video up. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. The ants kind of slowed things down. But we're going to go ahead. Let's take 1.25 inches this time. Fire the MechMaxx back up. Well, that didn't go as planned. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments here to our log. It is hitting. We're just right here, just ever so slightly on the corner. I'll grab the little rigid saw and we'll get this knocked off here real quick. So I'll bring this back around here. This is a true solo operation. I'm the cameraman, the sawer, the logger. I do it all. Just me and the MechMaxx. Believe it or not, I use this little rigid 18-volt saw a lot more than I probably should. It's a good little saw. Okay, let's go ahead and make this cut. Okay, so at this point, I'm I'm gonna raise this back up. I think this is the last possibly usable piece I can get off of this. So I'm gonna drag this over here. Yeah, that's a lot of ants. Lot of ants. It does look like they're finally starting to die down in there. It's kind of crazy. A minute ago I was just thinking, doesn't seem to be many babies or small ants in this, and I just found them. They were a little further down in the log. But I don't use this type of stuff because I don't make resin tables. Not to say I'm never going to try, but currently I do not. So it's not high on my priority list. So I'll probably find somebody that does do resin work and make them a good deal on this. I really wanted to spray down the top of this log to show you the deep red color in it, but since I have poison on there due to the infestation, I'm not going to do that. What I will do is give a quick water to these slabs. Just so you get a better idea of the color. Now these are fresh cut here, and you already see the type of color. Now those two there, they've got spray on them. It's pretty bad infestation in those. Look at the purples and reds come out of that. I mean, you tell me that wouldn't make some beautiful resin tables. There's so much character. In the wood grains and the tunneling from the ants and termites. Yeah, so we got probably 6 or so usable pieces out of there. I could probably get a couple of short slabs, and I may go ahead and do one more cut and then cut it off in here, because for what I do, I could use from here down for a sign. The rest of it, not so much. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna get this finished up so I can go about my day.